Hey, what's up? This G's the G, and I'm sitting here in my studio, and I'm a huge fan of Korg. I started out producing back in 1991 at the age of 11 years old, and I was introduced to the Sonic EPS-16 is what I started on. Graduated from the ASR-10, and back in 97, I was the age of 18, I was introduced to Trinity Korg. The Trinity Korg was a board that kind of changed my production game and kind of enhanced the sounds and stuff like that. From the Trinity Korg was introduced to the Triton, and from the Triton eventually it advanced to the Triton LE, and then from the Triton LE I graduated and was introduced to this great board behind me right here, the Oasis, and it's a pretty big step up from where I was, movie scores and just everything. So that's all I'm used to. I don't know about any other boards. I know they have plenty other keyboards and production stations and stuff like that, but Korg has always been a very, very huge part of my production in my career. When I got my hands on the Trinity Korg, it advanced me into a whole nother level. I learned how to compose and arrange with measures and different type of methods as far as quantizing and stuff like that. Once I got used to it and I started using it every day, working with different great artists and stuff like that, it definitely stepped me up to a level where, it made me understand the composing and the arrangement of production a lot more clear than anything. All of their products, it really enhanced my production skills to a level where, it really advanced me in arranging and composing. So I'm not just a producer, I'm an arranger and a composer as well. Real simple. Gave me a great understanding on measurements and stuff like that. And it turned out to be my best friend after a while, just making beats and, producing. When I was, coming up, I was a little kid when I started producing, and, they had a lot of guys came through our big facility down in New Orleans, and, while me using these Korgs and stuff like that, you had guys that had producers that was with major multi-million-dollar record companies that would come through and see me working, this young kid working on this Trinity or working on this Triton, and they were hearing the sounds and hearing the way I was composing and arranging things, and it blew them away. And I really made them recognize how valuable a Korg was. They would always say, man, I gotta get one of those type of boards and stuff like that. And it generated a buzz with just the sounds I was putting out. And I had a sound that was very, very different. It was distinct, and it turned out to be, a very great thing in the long run, so that's why I use Korg to this day, man. I love it. I love Korg, and I love their products. And from 06 to 2012, I still haven't scratched all the surface of the sounds in Oasis. It's unbelievable, unreal. But, the more and more you work on it, the more and more you learn about it, and the more and more things come about where you learn how to just make these sounds just gravitate through the whole room. It's just all type of stuff that's in the board. It's kind of hard to explain, but working with Oasis is like a huge step up from the Trinity and the Triton and stuff like that. It's all of it in one, but even the Karma, there's so many different things that you could do with this one keyboard. Even recording vocals, the sound quality and recording vocals in the board and mixing, the EQs and the effects and everything in this Oasis board is out of sight. This is really like one studio in one. This board is just one great studio. You could do everything inside this keyboard, and you can't be beat. Top notch. Moving from the Trinity to the Oasis, I'm gonna tell you something. When I first touched the Oasis, I did a track on it because the same format that I used to make tracks on the Trinity and especially the Triton, it had all of those elements mixed into this one big device right here, this big board. It's crazy, and it enhanced my production in ways where I still had the format of my composing and my arrangement as far as that, but with the sounds and just the features that it has in it, it's out of sight. It really stepped me up, and it kind of separates me from all the other stuff that's going on, because when you got a board like this, sky's the limit. There's no limit to what you can do in it. And you know, if you want to be the master in production and make great quality music and great production, Oasis is definitely the way to go. I done been around great producers and big time producers that wasn't too familiar with the Oasis, that heard the production that I was putting down, and it was like, whoa, I like that sound, you know. And it was the sounds that captured it and everything, you know, and the things that you could do with them, the parameters and stuff like that in the board. It was just crazy, you know, just being able to bend all of these great sounds. And like I said, I haven't even scratched the surface with these sounds in Oasis. The Oasis is my best, one of the best keyboards on the market right now. The best, absolutely the best.